democracy disappearing? Good. So,
And who are you?
I'm Jake, and I'm the captain. Unless somebody else want to be the captain.
No, Jake, it's all you.
So, what do you guys know about the Dead Sea?
It's dead.
Dead?
Salty.
Minerals.
35%
Minerals.
salt.
Minerals.
Minerals.
How many minerals?
35% salt.
36. 37.
37.
37% salinity. The oceans around the world are 3.7. It's 10 times more. The Dead Sea is also the deepest place on Earth, 435 meters, which is 1,600 feet below sea level. Okay? It's also a lake. It's a lake. It's not a sea. And it's one of the deepest lakes in the world, 480 meters or 1,900 feet. It's on right now. And the Dead Sea is disappearing. It's disappearing because it's a lake, and it's a terminal lake. Okay, so if it's a terminal lake, it means that the only way water can leave the Dead Sea is by evaporation. Okay, if you look toward Jordan, you see the fog or the haze, and that's the evaporation. Okay, the Dead Sea loses the equivalent of 600 Olympic swimming pools every day, or 750 million cubic inch of water a year, or 4 feet every year. And all that in the last 28 years, okay? Until 28 years ago, the sea was losing around a feet a year, okay? So me as a kid, I still remember the sea parallel to the main road, to the road you took.
Wow.
You could drive on the road, stop, walk between 10 to 40 feet, and there was the sea, okay? So what happened 28 years ago? 28 years ago, we had the peace agreement with Jordan, the country over there, and in the peace agreement we had the water agreement. In Jordan there is no fresh water, and we agreed to give them water in order to boost their economy and, you know, get the king there and get a quiet country, quiet neighbors as we say. And by doing that, we actually blocked the main source of water that feeds the Dead Sea. The main source was the Jordan River. Jordan River used to be 700 feet wide. Today, it's 8 feet wide and about so deep.
Wow.
Why? Because the water that flow in the southern part of the Jordan River from the Sea of Galilee, the southern Jordan goes into the Dead Sea, and another river called the Yarmouk that is bypassing. This water we give away to the Jordanians by right, by an agreement. Okay, so the problem of the Dead Sea is not what's going up, but lack of water coming in. The Dead Sea is new for nature. It's 8 million years old. That's new. And before that, 180 million years ago, and until 8 million years ago, during the continent shift, there was another sea that called Tethys. Tethys was a sea that connected the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea, went all the way from Haifa and down to Eilat. If you look up on the cliffs and you put 2 fingers like that from the top, you see that the top is whitish, and then you see a distinguished dark line, right? That's sea level. That was the height of Tethys Sea, and that was also the height of the Dead Sea when it was formed.
What? Wow.
The Dead Sea is a result of an earthquake. We are sitting on the world's largest tectonic plates, the Syrian-African rift or break. The Syrian-African rift starts in Mozambique. That's the roof of Africa, goes all the way across Africa, all the way across the Middle East, past Syria and up to the Turkish border. What's unique for the rift is that normal tectonic plates climb one upon another, okay? The rift is going apart, and this is why we are at the lowest place on Earth, because we are inside the break. This is one plate, and the Jordanian side is another plate. And 8 million years ago, they shifted. Actually, the Israeli plate stood still, kind of stood still. The Jordanian plate did most of the movement, 160 miles from the south to the north, bringing Eilat Mountain here and creating the south part of the Golan Heights. After the plate shifted, they went apart. The reason for the drying of the Dead Sea, the water is said that in Jordan there was no fresh water. The reason for that is the movement of the plate. Because the Jordanian plate moved so much, it actually killed or destroyed all his voyages underground, all his aquifers. So rainwater in Jordan has nowhere to accumulate. Simple as that. The flash floods that you get in Judah Desert in the winter happens all over Jordan. In Jordan every year, the average of 100 people lose their life in floods all over the country. The uniqueness of the Dead Sea is me.
Captain Jake.
Yeah. They're also unique. I'm the only boat here. But the uniqueness of the Dead Sea is that in the Dead Sea we have 26 minerals. Okay, the main 4 minerals are bromide, magnesium, potassium, and sulfur. And all the minerals are in the water in liquid form. When we have temperature change between the upper water and the air outside, the minerals get crystallized, they get heavy, and they sink down to the bottom. The reason they do that is because the water of the Dead Sea is a saturated acid. Salinity is so high that the water doesn't melt its own minerals. And that's why we have sediments. Okay, everything that we're gonna see and walk on and all that is sediment. So we said that the sediments are the minerals that getting crystallized, getting heavy and sinking down to the bottom because the water of the Dead Sea doesn't melt them. What do melt the sediment is fresh water. And that's why we have sinkholes all over the Dead Sea, okay? Sinkholes is result of fresh water that are going under the ground, meeting the sediments layers and melting them, okay? And we're gonna see it later on. Now,
Jake, why are you the only one allowed to have a boat here?
the Dead Sea is a military zone. It's a border with Jordan, and there is no international water between us. They actually go until you cross. And according to the security law in Israel, you're not allowed to be on the border. You have the patrol road. And you're not allowed, civilians are not allowed to be on the patrol road. Since it's a sea, the patrol road is actually our shoreline. So basically, according to the army, we are now over the border. So they have a very high list of demands that you have to meet, you know. And nobody else bothered. You know?
So
Took me almost 2 years to convince them, you know. So.
Do you ever get visited by them out here? They'll come down to the beach and talk with you, or military?
Only when my group of soldiers come into practice, that I take them out for practice, yes.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, otherwise no.
Otherwise they don't, since you met all the crews.
No, I'm the Navy here also.
Yeah, okay. So you met all the
Good point.
Exactly, so. No, of course, we talk weekly, you know, we sit down, talk, and see what happens.
have you ever been over like to the Jordan
Yeah,
side?
a lot of times.
Really?
If it's a practice or search and rescue, we are going over, you know. We are trying not to go down to their shore, you know, because that stepping on their land is, it's a bit difficult now, you know. The Jordanian king, the majority of people in Jordan are Palestinians. And the king has a spiel, has a game to play. So he doesn't put the relationship up front, though it's common everyday relationship. I have a direct phone to all their officers and military there, and we're talking directly to them.
You speak Arabic?
A little bit, yes. But they speak Hebrew, we speak English, so it's no problem. Guys, all stay seated now, okay? Nobody gets up and walk from one side to the other. But what I'm going to show you is, if you look in front of the boat, in the water, you see like a jelly. You see a jellyfish? Yeah, you see a big jellyfish, right? Yeah, but it's not really a jellyfish. It's a geophysic chimney. Okay? What is a chimney? There is fresh water spring here. The second source of water that feeds the Dead Sea are Hebron and Jerusalem, and under the desert there's a huge underwater aquifer. The mountain aquifer or the eastern aquifer, it depends how you want to call it. And we have a fresh water spring here.